What is the app and what does it do?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So,
you guys are doing great. This is awesome. I feel like we're in like Forbes right now. This is sick.
Yeah. So as I said, Hang is meant to streamline your entire social life. So from A to Z. So what we realized is that making plans kind of sucks. Like I'm sure all of you have had group chats where you tried to get something going. And a lot of times it's either super disorganized or it just straight up fails.
If you got losers in the chat, man. What if it's just a bunch of type A winners, alpha males in one chat? You're making those plans instantaneously.
Yeah, I mean, if you have that group, then you're good. And
also you don't need Hang, bro. Don't worry.
No, you don't need Hang if you're all alpha males in chat. But that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare, we think. So
you gotta meet me and my friends, man. We're all deezed.
Yeah, yeah. So we kind of were thinking about how that's like a problem. It's like a problem that really shouldn't exist, right? We have great technology nowadays. There's so much social tech out there and so much social media. So it's kind of interesting that there's not really a better way to make these casual plans. Like there are ways to make plans like that are super efficient. Don't get me wrong. Like Google Calendar, that's how we scheduled this, right? Mm-hmm. So, but that doesn't.
Were you pissed when I did that?
No, I liked when you did that because that's for a formal thing. That's like it's like a work type event. Even like Facebook events, people use those, but you're not really going to use Facebook events or Google Calendar to get like a few of your alpha male buddies together for some beers on a Saturday night.
But we will for our GDP hustle on the 17th, which is at the studio.
Yeah,
quick plug. Keep going.
But you're plugging like a more formal event, right? Like That's a legit thing. Like I'm talking about. Like we call them micro hangs. So like the day-to-day things you do with your friends, you're not going to really use a platform like that. And the reason why is because those platforms are just too formal. So instead, people use messaging platforms like iMessage, WhatsApp, GroupMe, whatever. And because of the reasons I was saying before, they just kind of lead to a lot of inefficiencies and just missed plans. So that was like the premise behind Hang. We wanted to create a platform that just fixed that problem, made it as easy as possible to make plans with your friends as quick as possible, and then you can track everything about your plan in our like it's like formal, but it's a more fun planner and calendar, I would say.
So for instance, like if you guys are on BU's campus, it's like, yo, let's go to the dining hall. That's something you could use the Hang app for, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
You could like pick who you wanted to go to the dining hall with, and then you just say like,
meet me at the dining hall.
Grub or meet me at the dining hall. You can like pick a time, location, and you just send it to them, and they can instantly say if they're in or out. And it's that easy. If they say in, it's logged in your calendar. And
Fire.
Then,
yeah. And kind of just continue, like you want me to keep explaining what
Please,
the app? Yeah, So we were thinking about that problem, and then we went on, like while we were thinking about that problem, we kind of recognized another. And this is less of a problem, but more of a trend that we recognized, is that a lot of people are kind of craving casual sharing. So like social media platforms used to be a lot more casual than they are now.
Elaborate on what you mean by that.
Yeah, definitely. So on Instagram, in the very beginning, you would just see pretty casual photos posted by people you were friends with.
Yeah.
Now you go on Instagram, you're seeing posts by influencers, businesses. If your friends post something, or like people like friends of friends post something, it's probably going to be a pretty curated post, just showing like a highlight of their life.
It's all very business related now. We put out a ton of content on Instagram, so I get it.
And it's a great platform, and people will always be using that. But what we're seeing is that people are craving a way to go back to that casual sharing. You can see this through data. So if you look at stories is social media's fastest growing segment. It's growing 15 times faster than feed sharing and has just surpassed 1 billion uses a day on like 4 major platforms. And if you look at the studies done by like super credible organizations like Facebook and other research organizations, like the one by Facebook says that 58% of people that use stories say they use it to see authentic and uncurated content, and then 61% of people use it to see what their friends are doing right now.
I think it varies by platform though, for sure, because I don't know if are any of you guys rocking with that Facebook story? I mean, Colin, Mike, you use a lot of social media. What are you rocking with right now? Snapchat?
I don't even have the Facebook app anymore. I feel like with Snapchat and Instagram, I'll usually click through. I think Snapchat, you see kind of more of what's going on, but Instagram, I just kind of click through to just get them out of there.
What do you prefer right now to use?
What do you mean, like as a whole or for stories?
Like you wake up and you're like, yo, I kind of want to just like see what people are up to. Are you hitting that IG or that Snap?
I mean, I'll check like if like any groups have Snapchatted me or something, but I try to stay off Instagram till after like noon.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just feel like it's just distracting in the morning.
You're just a business professional now.
I'm just,
But when you
business,
check
man.
Instagram, are you checking the stories or are you checking the feed more?
I wouldn't like scroll. I'll probably just check the story if it's like people that I'm like close with.
Right.
Which is more like an intimate thing like that. It's like you're not like checking this to like see like what's going on like with like celebrities and influencers and stuff. It's like oh, like I saw like Holway just posted a story. I'll click on that.
Right.
I saw Sean just post a story. It's like people that I like know. C-Mac, I mean, I might click through it, but
C-Mac, this is interesting for you too, though, because you're like kind of like declining on the social media use. What do you use on a daily basis?
None of it. I mean, I check LinkedIn just because I get bored at work.
I also tag you in that when you come to these episodes.
No, but
Big Fresh, been catching my tags on that?
yeah.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. I'll tag you guys on LinkedIn after this too.
Yeah.
It'll be fire.
Good.
We're on there.
So segue back. So you guys want to create a story feature for your app, or?
Yeah, we have a story feature. What I'm trying to get at is, like those statistics are trying to say that, like people are looking like this is the stories are exploding, and why are stories exploding? Because people are turning to them to post and see casual content by their friends.
Unfiltered content, polished
Yeah,
content.
just like real things. Like people want a glimpse into like the real day-to-day activities of their friends. Like that's just what they want. That's what all the evidence suggests. And so we took that idea and kind of leveraged it against our problem of that making plans sucks the way it is right now, and kind of realized that we could create this platform where not only do we make it way easier to create plans, but because of the nature of our app that you're making plans on it, if you're able to share those plans, and since it's like always going to be like real-time things, we could create a social network of real-time events. So what you're seeing is always going to be something real, and all the photos and videos posted on Hang are going to be like
unedited.
Yeah, unedited, real events by your real friends.
So how does your app differentiate from Snap Stories in that case then? We'll toss alley-oop to Kaitlin.
Yeah, so I would say we're really basing it off of this idea that people hate like FOMO, the fear of missing out, and so they will scroll the feed, but the feed is text-based, so it'll say like Sean is hanging with Kaitlin and whatever description we have, but we are differentiated with it. But how we differentiate from Instagram is we do have those story components, but it's organized more by event and not necessarily by individual.
Okay, word.
So it's there for each event. There's a compiled story where all stories posted by everyone who is participating in that hangout, it's compiled in one spot, and you can view it with one tap, and you can see the entire night out in one story instead of like having it up on multiple people's accounts on multiple platforms. So it just better organizes everything, and it's gives like a better picture of what people are doing as a whole instead of individually.